My name is Z, and this is my story. Growing up Muslim, especially in the younger years, it all just felt like routine and just normal, because that's what we're raised into. My dad, being from Yemen, he had a real strong Muslim faith. As I got older, I kept seeing all the inconsistencies in my family, between what I thought a Muslim person should be and even the people around me, the kids around me. There was a lot of just disparities between what I thought it was to be Muslim and what the Muslim people around me were doing. I didn't know what I was doing or where I was going, where I was headed. And a few years after college, that's when I met Sydney. Sydney grew up Christian, so just seeing the deep love and joy that she had inside of her made me curious. It really made me hunger for more of this specific teaching. I don't know, because at the time I was like, I don't know what this is telling me, but whatever it is, it sounds a lot more like what I'm supposed to be doing versus anything I had in the past. After some time of long distance with my girlfriend, she told me that maybe I should try a church in Cleveland, in my area, to kind of get the whole community aspect of Christianity. So she recommended Grace Church, and at first I was hesitant to going because I was like, I go to church in New York and I'm watching online and I'm reading the Bible and I'm doing everything I needed to be, so I don't need anything else. I'm fine here. I was just nervous and scared. I didn't know what to expect. I walk in and I went to the 9 a.m. service, and they recommended the Alpha course, and I was like, oh, this is perfect for me. This is exactly what I need to help me. It's like for new beginners and everything, and people new to faith and questioning everything, and it's a free open space to ask questions like that. And just meeting that first person that kind of knew what I was going through or could understand, it just made me feel like this was the place to be, And even the whole table in general, we all built up like a real strong community with each other, just sharing our experiences and everything. There was the one night, when I went out to dinner with my family, and the dinner time was bleeding into the Alpha time, and I really wanted to go to Alpha, but none of my family knew where I was going, or that I was going to church, or I was going to Alpha and I was learning more about the Christian faith, or that I even gave my life to Jesus at that point. I was stressing out over the time. I kept looking at my phone, and there was no food at the table still. We were waiting for the food to come out. I was looking around. I think I was sweating, but I was so nervous, and I didn't want to tell anyone what I was doing. My family was like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine." I just need to make a choice about if I want to stay at dinner, if I want to go to Alpha and pursue what I say I want to pursue. At some point, I just I gotta go. Sorry guys, I gotta go. Just take my food home, and I'll get it later. And I got up and I left and drove over to the church right down the street and went to Alpha. At the time it was super hard to just get up and leave in front of everyone. And I was sharing this experience at Alpha, and the group, they all covered me in prayer and prayed over my circumstances, my family, and everything. And leaving that night, I just remember being super emotional and on the verge of tears. And I prayed to God that He would reveal Himself to me. And at 4:30 the next day, I woke up, and the only thing I could think about was Galatians 2:5. I was like, what is that? So then I just wrote it down. I went back to sleep. And then when I woke up, I read through Galatians. And since that point, Galatians 2:5, that's when the real deep root was planted for me. I could confidently say within myself that, this is the right way. Everything in my past was kind of just like a memory now, and I didn't have to hold on to any of that stuff anymore. That was a part of me, but I don't have to, I don't have to worry about that stuff anymore, because I'm stepping into a new life, and I just want to take that and share that with other people.